So we got a state of emergency declaration, or multiple declarations, and this new law in California is really beginning to shake things up. And this is only the beginning, folks. It's only going to get worse, but the best thing that we can do is stay in the know, stay aware, and stay prepared. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Thanks for stopping by. Governor Sanders declares a state of emergency ahead of eclipse. Tomorrow's the big day, folks. Little Rock, Arkansas. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders declared a state of emergency on Friday ahead of the solar eclipse. Sanders said in the release that she released funds from the Response and Recovery Fund to help commercial carriers transport essentials to customers in the state during the eclipse. And for those of you who are asking, how can I get better prepared? How can I get ready? There's still time. The list of essentials in the order include groceries, pharmacy items, medical equipment, goods, commodities, fuel, poultry, livestock, and feed. And it's important not to forget and remember your furry friends. Don't forget your furry friends when you're stocking up and stockpiling and getting prepared, because they need food too, and their meds. So make sure you got them covered. And here's why the total solar eclipse has prompted states of emergency in parts of the United States. And it says that according to Forbes, top line, states of emergency have been declared for some parts of the U.S. in the path of Monday's total solar eclipse, as state and local officials look to free up resources as they prepare for an influx of visitors for the nation's first solar eclipse in 7 years. Remember, be careful, protect those eyes, folks, and don't be trying to take pictures and record through your cell phone, your smartphone, or your iPhone either. These state of emergency declarations can trigger several potential means of assistance from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. A lot of you folks are familiar with FEMA and their tie in relation to Walmart, including individual assistance for small businesses and households, as well as public assistance programs for road systems, public facilities, and other protective measures. And depending on what side of the fence you're on, or perhaps maybe what type of hat you wear, this may trigger an alert, as on county and city levels, such declarations allow local officials to get assistance from state emergency management agencies, but local and state governments can directly request assistance from the federal government if needed, including asking the president to declare a major disaster, according to FEMA, which I think the Max mentioned in one of his videos, how they've been declaring major disaster and talks of martial law and curfews and lockdowns. Crazy stuff. Officials in Riverside, Ohio are expected to vote on a potential state of emergency declaration, and the measure, which is expected to pass, would run from Friday until midnight on April 12th, as the area prepares for traffic congestion. It's actually pretty interesting how this April 8th eclipse is going to extend into April 12th for these declarations of emergency and major disaster. Urgent warnings, get ready, prepare, folks, because it's only going to get worse. But wait, there's more. California's new $20 minimum wage could leave the state with higher unemployment for years to come. Now, we've talked about this a little bit on previous videos, and we're going to continue to dive deeper and go down the rabbit hole, drill down beyond the surface, because much like an iceberg, there's far more below the surface that they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to see, okay? And essentially now talks of warnings. Folks, get ready, get prepared, because unemployment levels will reach their highest levels ever and last for years to come. These are according to economists. Fortune has shared this, and California's implemented its $20 minimum wage law for fast food workers and bumping pay up to 25% from the state's $16 minimum, impacting over 500,000 workers in the state. But businesses are fearing the mandate that they'll have to lay off workers or hike up prices to offset increased operation costs. Now, I've got some more information on this. I'll put them at the end of this video and you guys can check them out. Important stuff, folks, if you live in California or not, if you're a minimum wage earner or not, because there's a lot to this new law in this bill that they are not telling you. But it's politics, right? And California is a historically Democrat-based state, which means that the country is also currently being run by a Democrat president, Joe Biden himself. Although Donald Trump did raise $50.5 million at his recent campaign fundraiser, more than double the Biden administration has raised. And the polls suggest that a huge shift in voter opinion. It's a significant reversal from recent history, and President Joe Biden is struggling with young voters, but performing better than most Democrats with older ones. Maybe TikTok is backfiring on them. That's why they want to ban TikTok, because TikTok was essentially designed to brainwash the younger voters. But it says that something weird is happening beneath the overall stability of the early 2024 polling, and it's either a sign of a massive electoral realignment or that the polls are wrong again. Polls show former President Donald Trump is ascendant with the youngest bloc of the electorate, even leading President Joe Biden in some surveys as less engaged young voters spurn Biden. Meanwhile, Biden is stronger with seniors than he was 4 years ago, even as his personal image is significantly diminished since he was elected last time. It's actually funny, they mentioned image, and I came across this video and it was sharing with AI how AI would produce Trump voters in comparison to how AI would produce Biden voters. I'll show you guys on the screen so you can see it. I do believe, I feel strongly about whoever becomes president or maintains presidency or takes over presidency in 2024 or 2025 is essentially going to have a major impact on our economy, on our businesses, our jobs, our employment, our overall personal finances. The Motley Fool shares by way of Yahoo Finance that the U.S. money supply is doing something no one has witnessed since the Great Depression, and it foreshadows a big move to come in stocks. Huge move to come in stocks, folks. I actually got a video I'm gonna put together for you. It's 5 stocks, just bought 5 stocks, and have already made 142% return, 142% ROI. Must see, coming up soon. Subscribe to the channel. And as well, if you want to know more about retirement, can you retire with $350K? And although Azul is missing in action, Azul Wells, I've got some interesting information I want to share with you about that, as well as the $1.5 million retirement savings rule and what advisors say. Yeah, so exclusive content uploaded, published for members only. Join as a channel member and come on over to Patreon and join Kevin's tier and check me out. I've got a lot I want to share with you guys, some secrets, some tips, some tricks, some strategies, showing you my own analytics as well as those of others. See behind the scenes of my channel, Squirrel Tribes, and others, and how to get started on YouTube, making videos, and most importantly, making money. As we see here, the U.S. money supply is doing something no one has witnessed since the Great Depression, and it foreshadows a big move to come in stocks. Get ready, folks. Be prepared. BRICS to use gold to challenge the U.S. dollar. BRICS to use gold to challenge the U.S. dollar. Growingly popular BRICS alliances continue to grow in numbers and support over the past year. In August of 2023, the alliance agreed to expand its total members in 2024, and furthermore, the bloc announced the development of a new currency. This BRICS currency will be driven to fully ditch the US dollar in trade and usher in a new era. And with making this money online by becoming a channel member and joining over on Patreon, we will also discuss how to protect this money and stay diversified and liquid in the event of a US dollar crash, a US banking system collapse. The currency is expected to be backed by gold, a precious metal sought after by BRICS nations since the announcement. And with gold on the rise, the precious metal is bullish and will be a battlefield for the West's US dollar and BRICS moving forward. And currently, right now, an unbelievable number. Kitco shows that the live gold price, the spot price for gold, is $2,329.20 per troy ounce. As you can see, that's a $38.50 increase. This is huge numbers, folks. Great time, great opportunity to get in, get started. Don't delay, and avoid the FOMO, fear of missing out, or quite possibly down the road trying to play catch up, because by then it'll already be too late. And it says that Russia has assumed the main leadership of the bloc alongside China. Since it invaded Ukraine, the country has sought alternative financial mechanisms. In turn, Russia and BRICS are looking to the growing momentum of gold to back their new currency. However, as the US dollar continues a slow decline, more countries, including the US itself, are also turning to gold as a global reserve, especially since we've depleted our oil, our strategic petroleum reserve. Now, this could potentially change with Trump becoming president, especially with his ties and connections and relations to Putin. However, precious metal is becoming ever more so precious and will likely be a setting for a standoff between BRICS and the US dollar for some time.